You feel nervous and tense and anxious during Zoom meetings? Well, then this video is exactly for you. My name is Sebastian van der Schier. I'm a former social anxiety disorder sufferer and a social confidence coach. And since 2009, I've been helping people feel calm, relaxed, and at ease in social situations. Now, when you're now experiencing anxiety in a Zoom meeting, my guess is that this happens to you also prior to COVID-19, and it's likely, can guarantee if you don't do anything about it, it's going to happen again when normal meetings start happening again. So this is actually a fantastic opportunity for you to start working on your social anxiety from the comfort of your own home. So I specialize in helping people overcome social anxiety, and I don't do that in the mainstream way. The mainstream approach kind of says, well, you got to change your thoughts and then be mindful and progressively face your fears, and eventually you'll then overcome your social anxiety. It's very good theory, but in reality that doesn't seem to pan out that well for a lot of people. And I was one of these people, because I progressively tried to face my fears, and I tried to flood myself. I tried to face my worst fears. I've done all of that, and I did indeed get confidence, but it soon left again. It didn't stick, and so I had to look for alternative solutions. And that brought me eventually into contact with a technique called tapping, EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques. It's a psychological form of acupuncture, but instead of using needles, you tap with the tips of your fingers specific acupressure points on the body. Now, it looks really unusual, shall we say, because you're literally doing that. But there are more than 100 scientific studies that have proven the effectiveness of this technique, and the studies show that it reduces the production of cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and it increases the production of serotonin, which is your happy hormone. And these biochemical responses create a sense of calm. So you think about something that triggers anxiety within you, like a Zoom meeting, and then as you start doing the tapping and you do it in the right way, there's a little bit more to it, that sends a little signal to the part of your brain called the amygdala, which is your early warning signal. It's the part of your brain that activates the fight, flight, freeze response, and it sends a calming signal to that part of your brain. So part of your brain during a Zoom meeting is seeing danger. It's like, oh, I might look like a dumbass, I might say something stupid, maybe they're all watching me, I might embarrass myself, they're judging me, what if they see me nervous and anxious? Your brain is seeing these dangers, and when you're doing this tapping, the tapping is kind of saying to your brain, it's all right, it's gonna be fine. There is no real danger, it's just imagined. That's a simplified explanation of what it does. But basically, you can use this technique to overcome that social anxiety. So how to do that is a little bit beyond the scope of this short video. But what I would like to advise you to do is to go check out a particular podcast. Now, on that podcast, I interview a psychotherapist who has incorporated this technique into her practice. And it's actually the first of, I've got hundreds of podcasts and over 1 million downloads, but it's the first one. And I interview Carol Look, and we talk about perfectionism, social perfectionism. And there we introduce you to this technique, and we talk about how you can use it to overcome that social anxiety so that it is no longer a problem in your life. Now, what I will say to you is, while this technique is very effective, very quick, and it's nothing like it's not just a relaxation technique. Everyone knows, okay, if you slow down your breathing, you're going to calm down. If you do meditation, that's going to help. But this is very different. This actually releases stuck negative emotions from your past. It releases your past experiences, and it neutralizes negative limiting beliefs. The things that cause your brain to see threat, that's what it neutralizes and lets go of. So that's why it's a lot more powerful than just your typical deep breathing or meditation. While those both have value, they don't really resolve the problem. And this is all about resolving the problem. And in this particular podcast with Carol, we talk about how you can apply this technique to overcome your social anxiety completely, so that you have these meetings and you feel calm, comfortable, and relaxed. Now, I'm sure that if you're watching this, you're looking for a quick fix, one thing that you're doing, and your problem is gone forever. But I'm willing to bet that you've had this problem for a long time, and it's been affecting you for a long time, and it affects many areas of your life. And don't shoot the messenger, but this is not going to go away on its own, and it's not going to go away just like that. There's no technique or strategy that does that. However, when you learn how to use this technique, and you learn how to apply it in the right way, then you can completely overcome the problem over time. You begin to chip away at the problem, and really quickly you can start to reduce it. So within an hour, say if you're in a Zoom meeting, and if you apply this technique in the right way for, say, like half an hour or an hour, you might be able to get that 7 out of 10 anxiety that you normally feel to about a 4 out of 10. Well, that's a huge improvement already. That's already going to be, if you're a 7, that anxieties in your chest and your throat, and it's difficulty to speak, and your voice changes and everything. With a 4, it's still very uncomfortable, but you'll have a lot more control already. Your voice might not switch over so much. So there you go. This is more a video to introduce you to the possibility that you can overcome this problem if you're actually willing to put in the work. And my question to you is, how much is this affecting your life? And if you don't do anything about it, what's going to happen going forward? Right? Not such nice questions, but they help you to connect with the reality of what's going on. And this is a very powerful technique to actually start chipping away at that problem, so that problem is no longer a thing in your life. So check out the link below this video that directly links you to that particular podcast. And if you like that podcast, there are a ton more with other psychotherapists, coaches, healers, best-selling authors, researchers, PhDs, doctors, who have incorporated this tapping technique into their practice or have researched this technique. It is really amazing. It has helped me to overcome my own social anxiety, and I've helped hundreds of clients become at ease in social situations as well. And if you see this for the first time, this video, go check out my channel. You have video testimonials with former sufferers. You'll see some of these interviews, lots and lots of great stuff. You can learn the technique as well by going to my website and clicking on Overcome SA for free. There you get a starter kit, social confidence starter kit, where I teach you the technique and where you are guided through an experience of it. That's your quick fix right there. By going to Overcome SA for free on my website, socialanxietysolutions.com. And then highly recommend checking out that podcast interview, because that is specifically talking to these kinds of issues, because it's a sign of perfectionism, afraid of making a mistake, having to do everything right, worrying about what people think, not wanting to be seen anxious, and that kind of stuff. So check out the link here, or if or below this video. Okay, so I hope this is helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.